SwissBorg is the official partner of my channel where you can buy, sell, hold, and more importantly stake your cryptocurrencies. You can even earn yield on your stablecoins. Sign up with my link and you'll earn up to $100 worth of their native token CHSB just for depositing €50 worth of crypto. SwissBorg. Hello everybody, we're going to talk about Chainlink, one of my favourite buy, hold, and I suppose stake for some measly rewards. That's the only drawback for holding Chainlink. It's not great staking, but look, who cares? It's a good position. Now, I bought Chainlink to quite a large extent, on this capitulation dump, thinking that the market, there's a chance that we've capitulated and capitulated hard. If that's the case, then fine. If we haven't, no big deal, because I thought that if I could get Chainlink at $5. That would be an amazing position. When I'm expecting Chainlink to go up to $100 or more over the next bull market, over the duration of the next bull market. This is a buy and hold, as a hodl bag, really. And it's quite a big one that I had. Now, it's been pretty testing, and I'm not particularly bothered about this because I'm pretty adamant about this one working out over the long term. But yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and all around. Now it feels a lot like an accumulation area, to be fair with you. Anywhere from as low as 5, maybe even 4, to that's probably about this peak around here, about 9.5. And you were like, hang on a minute, that's like 100% range. That's sometimes, to be fair with you, that's what altcoins accumulate in. They accumulate within 100% range, all right? We did it with a few coins, did it with EOS, done it with loads that I can remember. I mean, thinking about accumulating Matic was between 1 and 4 cents, so I mean it could be worse, right? It could be worse. So yeah, long term seems reasonable. Now we don't have not got any pump signals on this yet. We're not going to get one in any time soon. We're touching our 200 daily moving average here, a simple moving average. We haven't touched this in a little while since we more or less overshot it and rejected from here. It's just it's just short term time frame stuff. Where again, I'm buying this, or I've bought it, or for investment purposes. So let's just have a think about what's going on for Chainlink, because it is different. It's definitely what I would consider to be a diversifier of your portfolio, something that's maybe too risky to not own. And the reason I say that is if we just look at this chart, this is the Bitcoin pair, 2018 all the way up to its peak. Interestingly, before the alt season began in 2021, it had its own thing going on, an absolutely enormous, consistent tearing up uptrend, high after high, lower high after higher low after higher low, so on and so on and so on, until it basically popped on its own accord, and from the bottom to the top was a serious amount of gains versus your Bitcoin pair. Not that anyone would have bought the absolute bottom nor sold the absolute top, but just for reference, we're talking a 13,000% gain basically over this period of market cycle. Now, recognize that this is not when the alt season began. The alt season began here for everything, so the whole market kind of moved as one, based around the Bitcoin dominance and the outflow from Bitcoin market cap into altcoin market cap, and then there's just general euphoria of altcoins. Chainlink did something different. Now, it does appear to be bound by a 4-year market cycle, just like most coins are, because that's what Bitcoin wants to do. And there are a few anomalies within that market cycle, and I would say that Chainlink and XRP being two of them. XRP being a general underperformer for anyone who wants to buy, hold, and invest, or had been in the last market cycle. Who knows what's in store for it this time round. But Chainlink actually did very, very well. And there's a few, like I say, anomalies about this chart, which makes it, like I say, a great diversifier to have. So here we go. This is your 2017 all the way down here, and then sort of euphoria into the bubble pop of the overall market. So this is the last previous cycle before the one that we've just had, and there's your bubble pop for everything. So Bitcoin crashing, altcoins crashing, and lo and behold, we consolidate and find a low around June, to June and July. So that's not the bottom for the market, is it? That's not where the market bottomed. In fact, Bitcoin capitulated around December here, but when Bitcoin had capitulated, Chainlink was already in quite an aggressive uptrend, and if we just measure the low to the capitulation low, it was already up 151% on the capitulation dump. So measuring just these two lows, so you would have done much better by buying and holding Chainlink throughout this process. So interesting, isn't it, really, that we found a bottom way before the market bottomed and actually started a bull market rally before the bull market began. So maybe this is something similar to what's going on right now. So we found our own bubble market, bubble pop in the market here before the market popped, before the alt season even began. It did its own thing, didn't it? Really, it basically started an uptrend from December 2017 all the way to where it popped around here, almost 1,000 days later, right? So fine, that's fine. That's what makes something like this a diversifier. Now, it's not the oldest amount of chart history you've got here, but it's older than most altcoins, which makes it worthy of trading or worthy of investing in. Because if you don't want to be holding all of the same things. You don't want to be having all the CBDC content. You don't want to be having all the meme coins. You don't want to be having all the data things. You want to sort of spread it about a little bit, into different areas, and especially charts that offer pretty clear diversification, at least in the way that they move. Now, if we can assume that the market bottomed for Chainlink's market bottomed around this level, that's similar in a way to the way that the market bottomed for it prior to Bitcoin capitulating. So here to here was 150% gain. Maybe we can be thinking about this. It's kind of feels a little similar as well. So previously we were like June to July. Now we looked like if we do consider this to be the bottom, which I hope it was, because that's where I bought it, guys. That's where I bought it. Maybe if we do find a capitulation dump somewhere along the lines later on, maybe next month or the month after, and we do effectively capitulate, or maybe we don't. Maybe we just go up from here. I did make a video yesterday about making the assumption that, given everything that we're looking at right now, might make you could make the leap to think that maybe a bull market is around the corner. What we're doing now is accumulating, really. Maybe, but we'll see, because, like I said on that video, very clearly at the very beginning, despite people saying, "Oh, what are you talking about?" Traditional markets might not allow for such moves. In fact, that was more or less my first sentence. People on the comments going, traditional markets are going to crash the market, you idiot. I said, well, hang on a minute, you sound like you're paraphrasing me here. What's going on? Is this a criticism or a compliment? What's going on? Right, anyway. So what we could be thinking is that maybe this is the Satoshi bottom for Chainlink, and whether we capitulate or just continue to go on, maybe this is actually the low. So if that's the case, then we could be looking at a new bull market already in play for Chainlink with its Bitcoin pair. And if that's the case, then this will be a consistent up, down, zigzag all around to make a new all-time high somewhere over the next 3 years, as it did previously. There's no point in me doing a fractal, but you can just imagine what it might look like. It'd be something similar to this over the next 3 years, moving on to a new all-time high. And we don't know what that would be. You can't translate the price of that to its tether pair, but I would be probably looking for double this. So my target would be about $100 for a Chainlink. And again, that would be I'd probably say that's quite a reasonable price target. Probably go on to see more. And for those who don't think that this sort of thing's possible, I mean, look, no one thought that you'd be seeing BNB holding its value above $100, never mind $300, or reaching peaks of $700. Look, when I was buying the BNB back in the old days, it was like $4 to $5. You thought you'd won the lottery when it reached 45. When it reached 100, couldn't believe our eyes. And now look at it; it's basically holding its value extremely well compared to where it's come from. So there's no reason why Chainlink can't do that. It's a widely adopted coin. It's not like a nothing coin. It's been utilized all over the place and will continue to do so. With age and maturity on the chart comes wisdom within investors. So let's have a think about where we could go in the short term, because I know that's what everyone wants to see. Getting a rejection on the 200 exponential, no big deal. Looks like this is probably going to bring us back down again to at least the 10 or the 20. So we could be coming back down to around $7 or so for a Chainlink in the short term. I think in hindsight, like I say, for anyone who wants to buy, we could be looking at this entire area here, this entire range, as the accumulation range, right? It's a sideways channel. You move up to the top to 9, you can move down, maybe even break down to 5, and eventually, somewhere along the lines, we're going to break out and continue to go up, given the fact that the Bitcoin pair looks remarkably similar, even in a time structure, to how it behaved in the last bear market, which is finding its absolute low 6 months before the market bottomed. And that's a significant drop there. If we were to come back down to 2000 sats, I mean, we're talking scraping about a 40% off where we are right now. Yeah, 44% from where we are right now. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that, you know, this might not be the ultimate trade, but as far as an investment is concerned, I stick to my guns. There was two things that I bought on this giant capitulation back down in May. One was Algorand, one was Chainlink. I bought quite a sizable portion of both, with the expectation of just keeping them, holding them, staking them where possible, and just leaving them to do their thing over the next 3 years or so. I stand by that, and looking at this chart now, it seems to emphasize that fact for Chainlink at least. And if we make the assumption that this cycle is playing out like the last one, then maybe what I've done is bought the absolute low, and what we'll be seeing over the next 3 years is something similar to this. And again, diversification of crypto. Anyway, that might have just been a giant ramble of a video. I've made videos on Chainlink in the past. I was going to make one of those posh, fanciful videos, but really, regardless of what it is their blockchain actually does, I think you can apply the TA to this one to a much greater extent to give it a projection in the future than you can do with certain other coins, where you do need to think about the fundamentals of it. The fundamentals of Chainlink are relatively sound, to be fair with you, and what we've got here is a chart which does prove to me that diversification into this is going to be good. So buying some Bitcoin, buying some Chainlink, and having them both running alongside each other in a hodl bag seems like a reasonable idea moving forward into this next bull market. Even if we are in a bear market still, we've still outperformed Bitcoin in a bear market last time. It looks like we're probably going to be doing it again, given the fact that the bubble popped almost a year before the overall market popped. And this could be part of the reason why. You know, it consolidates for a year on its Bitcoin pair. That year would be ending mid-bear market. So I think that's what we're doing here, to be honest. I think that's what we're doing here. Don't expect anything amazing, 100 million X's or anything like that. I expect maybe, from my entry point, I expect on its tether pair about a 50x, maybe 40 or 50x, which is a really good return by buying and holding something over a 3-year period. But you know, trading it, well, it's up to you if you want to trade it. I think this is definitely, if I was to advise anybody to do anything, which is something I don't do because I'm not a financial advisor, I'd say that Chainlink is one of the better ones to buy and hold for a prolonged period of time throughout the volatility, throughout the ups and downs and sidewayses, and it still seems like a reasonable place to buy. More or less. Yeah, you're in the center of an accumulation zone. Right, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.